Right then, so today we are going to be cracking on with doing the sill around this side here. You can probably see it's all rotten. Well, it's, to be fair with you, right, it's not that bad. I would have thought it would have been a lot worse than what it is. We've already been doing a little poking around this area, and it's not too bad. It's mainly the front bit that's gone. We've had a look around the back. The back seems pretty solid because it was coated in that waxy substance, which seemed to have saved the car somewhat. But yeah, this sill. So the way we're going to go about it, I think, is I'm going to try and remove some of this under seal on the wheel arch first, because I need to know where the spot welds are to remove this bit, which is, you know, what we'll swap cameras. So basically, this bit here, I'm going to try and remove some of this under seal, just to get back to some fresh metal, just to see where we're going to cut from. Now, I was probably thinking of going up to about here, or maybe just a bit beyond, because this panel here goes up to about there, and it's not too bad really to replace this either. It's pretty straightforward because I've got a new old stock panel, so it just slot right in. So if I really wanted, I could just take it to the hole to where it's up there somewhere. I think it finishes. But I don't want to do that because it requires me to remove this outer arch, which is absolutely pristine. There's no rust on that. Starting to go at the bottom. This little scribe line here, you can just see, it's hard to see because it's silver. That's probably the maximum where I'm about to go to, because I will have to cut this to get to inside. This lower panel is obviously going to get cut out. The inside, on the back, as you can see, is great. It really is nice. There's a bit of corrosion there where that reinforcement is. That's not an issue. What we're going to do is we're going to take that off and probably refabricate a new piece to go in there, because that one is probably beyond saving. There's no point reusing rusty pieces of metal because you're just going back on yourself. This jacking point here, I don't know whether I should remove it, make a new one, and clean up behind it, because I don't know what it is like behind. You can see that's the back side of the sill. It's not too bad. It's a few scabs here and there, but I'm not sure what it's like behind that panel. It could be good, or it could be rusty, but coming from this side, it looks okay. But yeah, so the idea is to probably go up to where the spot welds are for a much cleaner repair. Saves you having to weld along here and it'd be more visible. That's probably where the maximum I can go up to before I get into trouble by cutting too much out. Same along that line there. I don't really want to start messing around going too far along this sill, because this sill's okay. It's just this back bit that's gone. I'm going to leave the spot welding for now. We'll sort that out later. I'll probably just cut along here, go up to about there, and just do like a cut so I can get in a bit better and see what we're working with. And then later on down the line, when I go to fit this top bit on, I'll remove them spot welds. Right, so first things first, I'm going to well, I've got a flat. This one probably needs replacing, actually. It's nearly worn down. It's going to try and get rid of that crap off there, just so I can see where it is spot welded. You can see there's one there. I believe there's only one left, actually. There's one there, and there's one there where the material hasn't come away because it's obviously inside the spot weld. But yeah, that'll give us a clear indication on where to drill, and then I can be able to swap this over and yeah, just do some cutting, just see what we can do, because it's in the way. So let's go. Right, so I've taken the door off. It's off nice and easy. Look at that. Sort that out as well when we come round to doing the rust repairs. But we've got a nice clear access to the sill, which is good. And yeah, we just need to gut all the crap out of the car now so that we don't cause a fire. Right, so I've moved all the wiring looms out of the way. Wiring looms, boot loom, the washer, pipe, all that's just been taken out. Need to remove the rest of this foam just so we don't cause any fires. But yeah, I'll get rid of that. Right, it is time for cutting. See, the reason why I don't want to cut too far in, because there's obviously a panel right here as well. Just need to cut in there. I'll wiggle this bit out because, to be honest with you, I don't want to put my grinder in there, it's quite awkward. I need one of them really small ones. Yeah, look at that. See what I mean? Rotten. Yeah, so with a few panels I wanted to make sure I didn't cut through, hence why I was a bit cautious on that. But yeah, so there's this panel in here which goes up to about there. You can probably see there's a spot weld there actually for it. But yeah, this gives us plenty of visibility. So this rust, yeah, see I've cut up there by accident. See, to be honest with you, I can just fill it in with weld, but you're limited with space, you see, sometimes with these things, but it is what it is. So that just needs spot welding out, which we looked at earlier. So we'll remove that, and then that will give us the full access to the sill, hopefully. As you can see, bring the camera closer. As you can see, this is the sill. So, as I say, spot weld that bit out. So, and also here, this is where it meets the middle section. And you've got a few spot welds to take off there. I'm going to remove this. And I'm probably going to cut along there, to be quite honest with you, and clean that bit up and see what we can get. you might just get away with cutting this lower bit off, because to be honest with you, that bit goes under the floor and I don't want to piss around with that. So we could potentially just cut it from that edge there. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Right, so I've been having a think, and I think what I'm going to do is cut just above where the crease line is. This depends on if this is good enough. If I can, it doesn't look too bad, does that surface there? But if I can get that ground down to bare metal, and then I'll just use some hydrate 80 on that, because behind there, there's no rust. It's perfectly good metal. So I don't see the point in cutting all the way up here, because you've got all these spot welds to deal with, which are all connected to the other panels. You know, this, you've got the thing to the trailing arm bush, which is these ones here. Ultimately, this area will have to be cut, so I need to make sure that I cut the minimum out so I don't disturb this behind it. But I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, that's what we're dealing with. It's not too bad, but it does need removing. So I've just been doing some quick fitments, just pissing around basically, making sure that everything lines up nicely with the panels that are going to be going in. So this is the new upper piece or outer sill, whatever you want to call it. Obviously we've got our lower piece or the inner sill, and we've also got our new old stock wheel arch, which comes to about there, because we do have another panel to fit. However, I need to get that fabricated. As you can see, there's the old one that's all curled up there at the edge, but that's where that old one sits, and as I say, it comes up and sits behind there. But what we do like is this, how nice and snug that is with that. So that is a good fitment so far. I'm happy with that. Right, I just opened it up a bit by getting rid of this piece, just so I can gain access with the angle grinder. To get access to the lower bit, because it's awkward, I can't really get in there straight, so I'm gonna have to cut this lip off first and then get in that way, because I want to cut it right just above that line, so I'm not pissing around with any of the jacking point area. Obviously this bit I'll go up, try and avoid the spot welds as much as I can, but do that area separately. So yeah, let's go. Right, that was a bit more awkward than I thought, but yeah, we can kind of get in there now. So yeah, just didn't want to cut that bit off because that's where the other bit of the sill joins. Right, so basically, a lot has happened since I did the last film. The sill is now off. More rot out of the car. I'm going to work my way around here by there's a bit of rust, surface rust, that I'm going to try to attend to and see how bad it is. I've already give it a go with the old wire wheel, so we're going to continue and see if it's worse than what it is. But to be quite honest with you, looking at it already, I don't think it's that bad. But hey, we'll continue on with it. Right, very annoyingly, my phone died whilst recording that footage, so everything's away. It's getting dark now, so I've just charged my phone up just enough to get this film in. So today is over. The doors everything's back in the car, the doors back on. Today we've made good progress it doesn't look like a lot, but it is a lot. So the panel's somewhere in there. I'll get that out tomorrow and do some more fitting. I still need to sort this bit out and reshape that back to how it should be, because spot welds are a pain in the backside. I hate them with a passion. That's the area that I, you know, wire wheeled. I've just put some zinc weld through primers temporarily, just for overnight. So tomorrow we'll get that all off and, you know, do it properly. But yeah, it's getting there. It is getting there. There's the jacking point. I'm really still, I don't know, should I just get that cut off? Maybe when, I'll have to see. We'll see about that. But yeah, there we go. Good news. So we're not quite there just yet. Still need to sort out this cut here, make it nice and straight, ready for butting it in. Been working on this today. So a bit of weld through primer on there. This is what I'm using. Pro Weld zinc weld through primer. And here is the piece that I have, well, sort of cut out from the original sill that I've made. And yeah, I've just kind of shaped it up for it to just slot into there like that. And you see we've got all the plug welds drilled in. I've got a nice little gap there. So we'll do that once that weld through primer is just kind of set in a bit, and then I'll put a little wire wheel in there just to clean up, to get good metal just through there, so it should be good. But there we go. A bit awkward laying on the gravel, but there we go. We work with what we've got. Try and get one up there. Pants again, but it's awkward when you've got gloves on. Still, I need to get used to that. Right, back at it again.